Ba-na-na, na-na-na.
Weirdly artistic. Weirdly artistic.
Damn, that's weird. We're back with Nick, Jay, and Jose.
It's weirdly artistic. We're talking art.
We're talking weird and everything under the sun.
Weirdly artistic.
Damn, that's weird.
Weirdly artistic.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Weirdly Artistic, Season 2, Episode 3. I'm Jose.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Jordan.
And today we have a very special guest, Ryan Miller.
What's going on, guys?
So Ryan is very well into the filming industry. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, man, I love to shoot live sports. I've been a videographer for better part of 10 years.
Nice.
But yeah, I do work for the Seahawks and the Sounders
Heck
as
yeah.
well.
Nice.
Yes, sir. Working down at the Clink.
That's right. Lumen now.
Sorry.
Ooh, whoa.
Sorry. It's like Safeco, you know. It's all the same
It's
to me.
still Safeco to me.
T-Mobile Park. Like,
Come on.
Yeah, it's Safeco.
It's
Safeco.
Quest Field and Safeco to me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very much so. Yeah, that's where we won our Super Bowl, Quest.
Exactly.
Right.
Ever
Yeah.
since they changed the name.
Yeah.
Dude, it did go Quest, then what? Century,
Quest, CenturyLink,
then Lumen.
then Lumen. Yeah.
What's next?
Yeah. What's next?
Verizon.
T-Mobile.
Netflix Field.
Hulu Field.
Yeah, sponsor us, Netflix.
It's just Max. Maxfield.
So, I think our question, we'll start with Ryan. What was your first camera / like little inspo? You were like, holy crap, I want to strap this to my body for the rest of my life and put my
do
body to
things
work.
with
it.
Yeah.
I think for me, it all started in high school.
Okay.
I remember I was in woodshop class, and there was this secret door that wasn't supposed to be used between the video production class and the woodshop class.
Oh.
And I would always like hustle through my woodshop projects, and then I would sneak around the corner, go next door, and I'm like, oh, what's this shit?
Yeah, look
What's
at all
going on
this.
over here?
Yeah.
There you go.
And then that's kind of right where I fell in love. And then every day I'd totally sneak out, and then I'd always take the 5-minute period warning to go back over and like, oh yeah, how's it going?
I'm just checking it out.
yeah.
Just looking around.
Dude. It's one of my favorites hearing from where people fell in love with cameras like
Yeah.
for the first time.
Well, you see your first big one, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
I need to be a part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I want to operate that thing.
So
Yeah.
for the better part of that year, I'd always kind of sneak over to that
Yeah.
classroom. And the following year in high school, I think it was my sophomore year, signed up for every class that I could. And
Absolutely.
that's kind of where the
Has
passion
that
came.
gone since from then?
Yeah.
So what was your first big project that you, like, not like school project, but that you took on for yourself, or that you
I'd say
went out and...
Yeah, my first project, I think it was my senior year of high school. I got an internship for the senior project. You had to go out.
Yeah, and do
Okay.
like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
shadow,
So there was
job
a-
shadow or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a company called Lake Washington Video in Redmond, and we did a lot of live production for Village Theater in Issaquah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And then also we did a lot of weddings. So I did
Mm.
weddings
Oh,
for the
yeah.
better
Yeah,
part of
yeah.
3 or 4
Oh,
years.
yeah,
We know weddings.
Through the thick of it.
Yeah, bridezillas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
we-
but yeah,
some
that was
stories.
my first job, I guess you could say. But yeah, doing video work, editing, pretty much, was their guy for a little while, and
Heck yeah.
that was super cool for me.
What was the first cam you ever had?
It was a Panasonic. It was one of those 640 by 480 little silver things, probably about this
Like the
big.
sliding
Little-
door on the
Yeah.
front. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, and
Beautiful.
I got a whole box of mini DV tapes, and
What was your first creative film? Can you remember back? It's okay if we look back at our stuff. We're like, holy shit.
Yeah, it
Well,
honestly
that was
hurts
bad.
to watch at this point.
back in high school, that YouTube first came out.
Oh yeah.
And I think the thing was like shooting like backwards videos.
Yep.
Like you'd shoot stuff in reverse.
yeah.
And then you'd reverse it, make
Yeah.
it look like it happened,
Yeah.
but it wasn't. It was something super cool. But there's this video we shot with my cousins. It was called Star Wars Kids.
Yes.
And that was when rotoscoping was
Yep.
big. And
Yep.
it was just me and my cousins. We had a bunch of big white PVC pipes, and then we're in the yard, and it actually got like 20,000 views.
Let's
Dang.
go.
And I was like, what is
Yes,
this?
Let's go.
This is just some
People
stupid
just
kids
love
making videos.
very
on
random
YouTube.
content.
Yeah.
Very rad.
That's
I feel like
freaking
we all
awesome.
have a story of like Star Wars, like
I think we've all
Something.
done something
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Definitely
I think
like-
that's part of the video journey.
You have to make a lightsaber
Yeah.
video. Like, at
You have
least
to
one.
respect Star Wars for the blue screen and the beginning of special effects.
Yeah.
Really, I mean,
I-
Star Trek and Star Wars. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I don't remember his name, but there's this kid. He ended up getting a job at Lucasfilms, but he started doing a bunch of rotoscoping on YouTube, and then they kind of discovered him, and then he was kind of their lead like lightsaber guy.
No
for
way.
many films. Yeah.
Jeez.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's super
rad.
cool.
So I kind of was following him, and I was like, "Oh, damn, that's so cool! I need to make
I could
lightsaber
do
stuff."
Dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dang.
Dream
That's
job.
dope, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a
Dream
huge-
job.
So how long have you been with the Seahawks?
This is my 5th year
Okay.
doing work for the
Nice.
Seahawks. Yeah.
Do you just completely hate it?
It's the worst, man.
It's
the
probably
worst.
just the worst watching
Watching
like
free
filming
football.
Yeah.
awesome football.
No,
Getting
it's-
paid to watch football.
You're getting
watch
paid to
football.
like
And,
freaking
I gotta.
operate some bad boys too.
It's so funny because my first season, they're like, okay, pinch yourself. Don't be a super fan. Like, just these are just
Do
people.
your job.
Do your job.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Keep it
I'm a
professional.
huge, Seahawks fan, right? So it's
I couldn't tell by the hat.
no.
Came prepared. Came prepared.
Seriously.
But yeah, I'd spend hundreds of dollars to go, the stadium, all the
Oh, yeah.
tickets, the expensive beers, whatever. But it's a super cool and something I'm super grateful for, to be able to go to the stadium and be a part of it,
Mm.
be a whole part of the whole
Yeah.
production, and get paid to be there.
Yeah.
And I'm on the field, and right now I was talking about this with a buddy the other day. It's how grateful I am to be able to be on the field, and it's just wild.
You're
You-
part of a whole state, man. Like you're
Yeah.
delivering to the people.
yeah.
Like, that's
Countrywide,
beautiful.
honestly, like,
Country.
yeah.
Other people are
Yeah,
coming
the
to play
Seahawks
the
are
Seahawks,
loved.
so it's
Yeah, like I just walk around on
Yeah.
the field like it's casual,
Yeah.
and it's no big deal. I'm so used to it now. The
You're
first
jaded
first
at
couple
this point,
years, yeah.
You're-
Yeah.
And it's just it's wild.
It's a dream at first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Seahawks have this new fan experience. They built this whole new tunnel with these crazy LED lights and stuff. And I'm like walking through the tunnel pregame to go, go say hi to the security guards who your buddy's with, and all these people like, oh, can I get your autograph? I'm like, bro, I'm just a camera guy.
I'm not.
I'm not a kicker.
I'll sign it if you want me to, but I'm nobody.
the camera guy.
The camera guy.
You should honestly just start doing that.
Yeah.
Just the camera guy.
Camera 4, if you're wondering.
Camera up one.
Yeah, that's right. That's
And how'd you get in with the Seahawks?
Oh man, so I want to say, 5 years ago is when I got in, but it was about 5 years before that. So a buddy of mine from high school, his dad, which is a big mentor of mine,
Mm-hmm.
he's the TD for live production at the stadium. It's Bob Palmer, it's family to me. But I remember asking him if there was any way to job shadow or get into the stadium, and it was kind of like hey, what are you going to do? Like, go work at a local news station or something. And I kind of didn't know what I wanted to do at the time, and kind of got the cold shoulder, if you will. And
Okay,
I remember
yeah.
years later going back to him, and I'm very much big positivity, growth mindset type person, and he was hosting a 6-week course on mindset and goal setting, and I took that, and I took the opportunity to ask him, like, hey, can I job shadow you for the Seahawks? And he's like, no, but you can come in for Sounders.
Okay.
I was like, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You take any opportunity
Sounders
you
are
can
cool.
get. That's how it's done.
Absolutely. So it got me into the stadium.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
And so I remember it got me in there, and I remember afterwards, it was a cool moment for me because he told me, he's like, hey, I'm proud of you. I was like, why is that? He's like, because you didn't just come in and sit next to me. He's like, you actually made your way around the control room, talked to all the different positions, the replay operators, the graphics operators, the audio guys.
You dug in.
Yeah, I dug in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I made the best of it. Normally, I'm a pretty shy person at first.
Yeah.
So that was a cool experience for me. And then this is a shout out to my buddy Walter, who is one of my closest friends now.
Okay.
But Bob really wanted me to meet him that day, and he wasn't there. And he's been big in the broadcast industry for a while with replay. So Bob linked us up on an email chain, and I kind of had to take advantage of the opportunity. And he could have just sent an email, and I could have brushed it off, not done anything with
Yeah.
it. But then I remember he got me in to the Seattle Storm. I came and shadowed him for a day with broadcast replay, built like the commercial package, things like that. And I started building a relationship with Walter. And I remember asking him, hey, is there any way to get into Seahawks? It's like, no, it's like those guys have been there for a while. It's all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember one day I was working for a cable company, and I was living in Sequim, and I worked in Port Townsend.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a call, and he's like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? I was like, working. He's like, can you be available? I was like, why? He's like, we need you at the Seahawks. I'm like,
Oh my
you serious?
gosh.
what are you talking about? He's like, do you want it or not?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
And I was like, I'll call out. Like, I'll be there. I'm not going to say no.
Uh-huh.
And so then I called out work the next day, made up some bullshit excuse. I'm not somebody that calls out of work. That's just not who I
the
am. But I
Seahawks
was
are
like,
the
for this, I was
Seahawks.
like, no, I'm gonna be there.
This is a pretty
Yeah.
big deal.
So I remember I was, again, I was living in Sequim, so I had to take the ferry
Yeah.
over. So I remember I took like a 3-hour early ferry. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be late. Because the one thing he told me is, do not
Do
be
not
late.
be late. Yeah.
Mhm.
And so I get over there. I'm hanging out at like Fred Meyer in Lake City, like super sketch. And I go to get gas, and my car won't start.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm panicking. And there's like a dealer a block away, and I run over there. I'm like, hey, guys, I'm in a pinch. I don't know what's going on. Do you mind just looking? And they bring over like their battery tester. I'm like, it's not the battery, but whatever. And it got to the point where it's like, 45 minutes before, and I'm like, I got to fucking go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I borrow a car?
Can I borrow
This is
something?
no way.
Well before Uber,
And
I'm
then
sure.
there was Uber.
Oh,
And so I
yeah.
ended up making the decision to ditch my car in Lake City, of all places.
Yeah.
Got an Uber to the stadium.
That's how it's done.
Yeah.
You
and I
have
d-
to.
You
Yeah.
got to.
And I was like, I'm not going to miss this opportunity.
No.
Yeah.
And I remember I got to the stadium and went, oh, shit, the key's in my pocket. So I called the tow truck driver, and they were going to go pick it up. So I had to pay the Uber for an Uber ride
To drive
to
your
drive
keys.
the key back to the
No.
car.
Okay.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah.
But
So
look
worth
at you
it.
now,
But
man.
was
I
it
mean,
worth
was
it?
Yeah, but so basically I got in there super nervous. It was my first day. I was in there as a utility, camera assistant, helping build the cameras, helping set up, coiling cable on the sidelines.
Yep.
I've worked every Seahawks game since that day.
Wow.
Attaboy.
That's awesome, dude.
Dude.
Yeah. I mean, who would have knows? I mean, had I not made it with my car breaking down, I don't know if I would have got another chance or where I'd be. But the
Yeah.
fact that it made that
It
priority,
played out that
yeah,
way.
it played out.
Was meant to be.
Yeah, and so then it allowed me other opportunities to start getting more camera work with the Sounders, or when the women's professional team moved from, I think it was Tacoma, they moved to Lumen Field, the Rain.
Mhm.
And so then I got a full-time camera spot with the Rain. And then the Seattle Dragons came in and doing work
That's
with
right.
Seattle Dragons.
The
Okay.
XFL.
But yeah, XFL.
Oh,
yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So
Like
you
a
work for
brand
The
new
Rock.
league can just
The Rock, yeah.
a brand new league can bring more people jobs and like
Yeah.
more people time to get paid. Like I love
And
that.
the Rock's paycheck.
Should
got
we
bigger.
just like I don't know. That'll definitely get picked up.
Yeah.
That was the loudest I've
Yes.
ever heard one.
That is the loudest song I've ever
That's a
heard.
pretty loud ambulance, yeah.
That
I
must
can't
be.
hear,
I
but
mean,
it's okay.
it's going away.
It's weirdly
Yeah.
artistic.
Yeah,
It's really
Come on,
yeah.
guy.
Got a
Yeah,
fire truck
sounds.
going.
We live
by.
in the city. What can we say?
It's okay.
Anyways, dude, that's a freaking crazy story.
Yeah.
I freaking love that.
But no, I'm
Glad you pushed too.
Yeah, no, I'm super proud of myself, and it's again pinch myself. So
Dude.
Even when those opportunities come up, there's always like an obstacle in the way. There always seems to be
100%.
something like when the big one happens.
It's almost like a test where it's
Yeah.
like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You know, It's like,
Exactly what I was gonna say.
that's my buddy Walter says. It's part of your story.
Yep.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's your story now.
You
Yeah.
hear that, kids? Regardless, push,
Regardless.
Persevere.
push.
So.
Uber,
Yeah, get that Uber
Uber in a
twice,
pinch.
twice.
Yeah, twice.
But also, yeah, just we've told our fans before, just make yourself available. Go
Yeah.
help out.
Yeah.
Always
Yeah.
try to find somebody that's above you in life that's at the place that you want to be at. It's like you want to find a
Yes.
mentor.
Find
I
And it's
somebody-
love
like,
that you have a mentor.
Yes.
yeah.
We
Find somebody that's doing what you
Oh,
want to
yeah.
do
mhm.
and follow them. Work
or
with
is
them.
someone that you want to be.
Yeah.
Like even
Yeah.
if it's not the same job, if it's someone that skills and knowledge that you could put into what you're doing, it's
Mhm.
have someone like that around you.
Absolutely.
So important. Also to be teaching it too. Always
Yeah.
have somebody underneath, like to
You know,
be
it's-
instilling knowledge.
Speaking of, it's so funny because I'm all about helping people, and I had my old high school video production teacher reach out to me
Mhm.
over the summer, and he's like, "Hey, I got some really promising kids. Would you be interested in so any kind of internship?" I'm like, "How cool!" Like that. None of that
Yeah.
crossed my
Full,
mind.
full
but
circle.
Yeah, full
dude.
circle. It's
Full
like,
circle.
I remember being that
Uh-huh.
age, and it's like wishing somebody would invest in me or somebody that could help.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I didn't have any and that's what I told because I've gone and spoke at Hag's class, who we had in high school,
Mhm.
Okay.
and I've gone and spoken in a couple times. And what I told those kids is like, I'm now a resource for you. Hag knows me. I did not have someone like this that was willing to come in and put the time in and like help with what you're going through or what you want to grow in. So every time I go and see that or talk to those kids, I'm like, an email's fine. Like just if you have questions, and after that day, I actually got like 20 emails about like, how do I do this? How do I set up my website?
Yeah.
What's the best way to
Yep.
get my stuff out? And so it's like, okay, these are pretty simple. Like, let's ask more
Googleable
film-based.
questions.
Yeah, these are pretty Googleable, but I'll help you out.
Googleable.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
Google
don't want to put in
is
the
a-
work. They want
Yeah.
the help. but
yeah, which is
it's,
fine.
it's definitely hard starting.
Yeah, it is, and it's nerve-wracking. I mean, the industry only gets bigger and bigger too.
Mhm.
I mean, tech gets less expensive and easier to use, and then there's more of us, so it just gets tough.
It's funny because this is the first year that I started my LLC for my company outside of doing live video. and just not knowing where to start and being super intimidated.
It's a lot of steps.
It's
Yeah.
a lot of knowledge to learn.
Yeah.
It's a
Or
crap
it's like,
ton.
we're in Seattle. It's like there's
Yeah.
thousands of other videographers. Why should I start a video
Mhm.
business? Right?
Why not?
Because you're better.
Why not?
Exactly.
Why
Yep.
not?
Yeah. But it's so funny, and it's also developing a name for yourself and a reputation.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
And-
hardest part.
Yeah. And it's being a personable human being and making relationships, and people come to you. It's all about asking, and I've learned a lot lately. Like there's work everywhere.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
You just got to ask.
Yeah.
Don't get in your own head. Don't be
Mhm.
afraid. Just
Well, it's the imposter syndrome as well.
yeah.
You know, it's
yeah.
this is probably your best piece of work, but then you look at someone else's and you're like, I'm not posting this. Like, this is so much worse. But it's like,
Yeah.
no, that's your best. So put
Yeah.
it out there.
Well,
Do
yeah,
that.
just with how saturated like our field is, it's just like it's very intimidating. Like seeing someone like
so
in
good.
your opinion better, and it's like, dude, like yeah, they're so much better.
Why am I even releasing
Yeah.
this?
100%.
What am I doing?
At the same time, I feel like you need to look at it from this angle and let that fuel you to be like, I'm going to get to that level, and I'm going to be there, and I'm just going to put my head down, and I'm just going to keep filming it, and I'm just going to keep
Yeah.
editing.
I
You
mean,
know,
with
and-
anything, I mean, your biggest competitor is yourself. Like that's who you
Yep.
should be competing with. Is just
Mhm.
getting better and better each day.
And I totally used to
Mhm.
struggle with getting in my own head of why should I do this?
Mhm.
This guy's better than me. My close friends are
Mhm.
better than me. That doesn't mean I can't be awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just put in
Exactly.
the
Yeah, just
work.
because someone's good doesn't mean that you can't be
Yeah.
Find your
just as
craft.
good, if not
Yeah.
better. Yeah.
But
That's
I'm
the
just-
thing, too. Find your craft. Is like everyone sees film differently.
Mhm.
I mean, Jordan and I see things very, very similarly. But
We had a situation lately where a guy just started filming, and I was like, there's no way he's going to keep doing it. And he's built up clientele because a lot of clients can't tell the difference between high end sometimes
low.
and high and low. But like the nice ones, the clients you want are the ones that can tell the difference.
Yeah.
You know? So
To the untrained eye, yeah.
to the untrained eye. But I'm happy for
Carrying
him that
selling
he's
real estate
getting
doesn't care.
work. You know, it's just crazy though. I'm just like,
It's so funny because like
damn.
with phones these days and iPhones, I do a lot of real estate work and especially social media content and reels and like talking head style stuff. But you could totally throw up your iPhone and do it yourself. But it's like some people don't want to do that, and that's fine. I'm more than happy to do that for you. But it's just like if people really wanted to, you can buy a $50 mic or something and slap
the
your iPhone.
DJIs and then
Yeah.
get one of those little mini gimbals.
I mean,
remember
similar
that
to-
agent that showed us his phone? He was like, look, I filmed this yesterday, and he just sends it over to Indonesia.
Yeah.
And then we got it back, and we were just like, damn, that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Fivers it.
Yeah, he fibers it.
Costs him less to do it himself and then pay someone else out.
That's wild.
Don't
Sucks
listen to
for-
that, clients.
but
You need to come talk to
That's
us.
MLS stuff.
Yeah. We don't want the MLS.
We don't.
Yeah.
Did you have a question? Sorry, I thought
What's
you
your
were
favorite part of your journey?
I mean, that story was pretty cool.
My question's similar to that one.
Favorite part, the worst part of the favorite part.
I
Do
mean,
both.
let's do
Ooh.
both. Yeah, let's
Yeah,
do
That's
both.
actually a good idea.
I mean, so I did that internship I mentioned at Lake Washington Video out of high school. So I went to college for video production at Lake Washington Tech back when it was the Tech and not Institute of Technology. But anyways, I did a couple internships, and back then I kind of I gave up on myself. And if I regretted something, it'd be, or if I had advice for anybody, I'd say don't give up.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember I kind of got away from video production for a handful of years, and I went and worked at Pepsi, merchandiser and sales for 5 years. Then I went and worked for a cable company for 5 years. But I always missed it. I always missed
Yeah.
video production. And but yeah, it's then I started getting the drive again, and that's kind of where I started going through the mentorship with Bob and kind of getting the fuel and fire for it again. So.
I think there's lulls in every creative's journey. Like, so, we get really burnt out on corporate stuff. We have a couple clients that it's just like the same thing over and over. I mean, it's not the same video, but it's just like trainings are very mundane things.
I get burned on weddings. The same
Yeah,
thing every day.
different weddings, and you just do the same thing over and over. And I think that's where I get the most drained, where I feel those moments where it's like I have no creativity. Like, I'm just gonna do the notes, and that's what today is.
I mean, I feel like with the way society is right now, there's a big pressure to be constantly putting out content. Like whether you're in music, whether you're in film, whether you're like whatever.
Just like
you're
own a
putting-
business.
Yeah, no, like there's this
Yeah.
pressure to be constantly putting something out like daily,
Right.
and it can create this burnout. you know, where like you kind of do lose your passion, or you like lose sight of exactly like why you started loving something. But like I feel like once you take that break, you get that like muse, that inspiration that kind of brings you back. And
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, we
like-
get it once a year now.
yeah.
Jacob Owens.
Jacob Owens.
Yeah, the Jacob Owens horror contest.
But like I feel like once like I feel like you go through one big break of like you just need a break from your passion, and then once you come back, you come like stronger.
It's funny because back then, like 10 years ago, I had so many people that believed in me, but I didn't believe in myself yet. And I had a buddy of mine, and he was always pushing me, and he put together this document. And he's like, "Hey, you should start a business." And he's like, he saw that I was struggling, so like he put together this like step-by-step document.
Yeah.
And back then, I didn't do it. And you know, here we are, like 10 years later or whatever. And now he's helping me again. But it's like I'm driven to do the work for yourself. You can't force somebody to do something that they don't want to do, or somebody that doesn't want to help themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Right.
gosh, yeah.
So
1000%.
it's crazy.
Best part of your journey. Highlight.
I know. I was gonna.
I
That's
the
part of my
Seahawks
question.
story
It's like
is
the Seahawks
pretty
is
crazy.
great, but see yourself in any time of filming. Like, what's your most high time of that film moment?
My
Like, it doesn't matter if it's a Seahawks or somewhere, but like,
Sure.
what is your ultimate memory being behind a camera? Just being like, oh, I'm so happy I'm here right now.
I got it on my face
Okay,
right now.
okay.
But yeah, my favorite memory happened this last year,
Okay.
and I was shooting the sideline camera for the Seattle Dragons, the XFL.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And there's normally another guy that does the handheld on the sideline, but I was filling in for him that day.
Okay.
And your job is to basically you're working the sidelines, you're working the crowd. And I remember being on the sidelines, and people in the crowd in the front rows always want to be on camera. They always
Oh,
want to
yeah.
go up on the jumbotron and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But I kept going back to them because they were super engaging, and the producers love that shit.
Yeah.
So I kept going back to them. Then I'm like 20 yards away, and all of a sudden my utility's with me, and I hear this chant, "Camera guy, camera guy," and I'm like, "No way! Are
that
they
me?
like?
Is this for me?
Is this from
Is it me? Come on, no!" And I
From
turn,
me?
I go like, "Yeah!" And they all start cheering. I'm like, "No way!" And I run over there, and I get him on camera. Then I like turn away, and they're like, "Camera guy, camera!" And I was like, "No way!" And then I start like going, "Yeah, yeah, yeah."
That's so awesome.
It just lit me up, and then
That's so great.
Then I told Nathan, the guy that normally is on that spot, and I was like,
Yeah.
"You've been doing this for 10 years. Did you get a chant?" "No." "What?" "Yeah, I
You
did this
missed
one
out,
time,
bro.
and I got a chant." Come on, bro.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
dope.
The one
Yeah.
shift I had to call out on.
Yeah, but that's hands down my favorite
Dude.
memory.
I mean, you feel like a player at that point.
Oh,
like
yeah.
One of the guys.
So it's like I'm camera guy now.
Yeah, camera
Oh,
number
yeah.
4.
Yeah, camera. If you're signing things, I'm camera guy.
So do you get to meet a lot of the players?
So you're on the
from-
sideline with them. You're not really supposed to interact with them.
Oh, okay.
If
Mhm.
they
Like,
come
but
up
like
to you.
after, before you start,
Yeah.
like do you?
So I mean, there's videographers directly for the team. There's like
Okay.
two or three of them that some of them are allowed in the locker rooms and not. But the handheld guys are on the sideline. For Seahawks, I'm specifically camera 5, which is one of
You were
the
one off.
I was
You were
close.
one off. You were one off.
Confucius says one off.
But I am. If you're looking at the Hawks nest, I'm in the northeast corner. This reverse slash, I think it's called.
Nice.
Okay, wait. Help me figure this out. Is the city that way, or is the city
Space
that way?
Needles. It's that way.
Space Noodle is that
Space
way.
Needle is the
Space
Hawks
Noodle.
nest, and then the other side is
I'm thinking-
south.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I was like sitting
Hawks-
right underneath you, like when I just
I
went.
think when you told me, I think you were.
I think we were like right there.
Yeah, you're just over from me.
Yep,
I think.
yep.
Yeah.
I was looking up there. I was like,
Yeah,
I've
dude,
had a
next
couple
time-
drinks.
Next time, just start chanting
way farther than
camera
I
guy.
I went out. My
Yeah.
brother, I see him once a year, just like you were saying. So like, I get to see my brother for a week once a year
Sure.
usually, and so we go all out. We hang out. Unfortunately, I got COVID at the same time
Oh.
after the Seahawks game, and but I went all out on the tickets, got front row, and
Nice.
yeah, it was just like
That's sick, dude.
amazing.
Yeah.
I
it's-
mean, if you guys ever go to a
Anyone?
game,
I'm just
hit
gonna
me
come
up,
find
yeah.
you now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
find me,
We'll
yeah.
come say hi.
yeah, for sure.
Just gonna
I do.
hold onto your ankle.
Yeah.
I know this guy.
I know him. You
I'm
can't
hel-
kick us out of this
I'm
area.
helping him.
Do you need another beer? No, I'm joking. No.
It's so funny sometimes because I got credentials for pretty much
Yeah.
everywhere in the stadium. But if you walk around with an ounce of confidence in there, oh, what's up,
They
guys?
kind of just let you.
Dude, you
Yeah.
hold a camera, you can get anywhere.
Oh yeah.
You carry a cable, you're looking
Don't
bored.
say
Yeah.
that on this podcast.
I used
Teaching
to.
bad
Have you guys
things.
seen those videos of like those two dudes that are just carrying a ladder?
Yes.
Yeah, they just walk in.
Yes.
They're
They
like,
walk-
yeah, they just walk
the
in like,
vest.
hey, yeah.
Yeah,
We
we're
gotta
those
go
guys.
replace this bulb.
Genius.
Let's
Yeah,
see if
dude,
we
a
can
little
get
bit
him
of
spelling.
confidence gets you anywhere.
Yeah, in college, I used to bring my camera to the football games. I went to
Yeah.
Eastern, and literally, I would just show up with my camera and be like, "Hey, I didn't get my badge today. Like, I'm supposed to be here taking photos," and I would just walk right in, and then be on the field
Sweet.
all day.
Yeah.
Like just hanging out with people. I mean, I knew some of the players from going out to bars or whatever.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
it's like they're like, "Dude, what are you doing here?" And I'm like, "I'm watching the game. What are you talking about?"
That's awesome.
Camera
dude.
away
love
the
it.
entire time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't even have it out. I just go put it away.
That's how it's done.
I'm one of the coaches.
One of the coaches. Get out.
You can't see over their shoulders, but
You're one of
Get
the
out
personal videographers.
exactly.
personals,
Exactly. We're
yeah,
making
yeah.
a vlog.
Yeah.
That is super cool that like that's a new job in the U.S. now. Personal videographers for players.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
pretty sick.
Russell Wilson
Tyreek
had
Hill,
one.
Russell
Yeah,
Wilson,
DK's got one right now.
DK.
There's a kid named
Yeah.
Nico, I think. Yeah.
the Primetime's boys. The oldest
Oh,
brother is
Shadur?
the oldest brother, the third. What his name's Dion Jr. I'm pretty sure.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he's their filmer for the two younger boys. He doesn't play
Oh,
football.
no shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
got it. Okay.
That's dope.
Oh, that's cool.
It's pretty
Keeping
cool.
it in the family.
It's been cool
Yeah.
to see that team do a
That's
little comeback
nepotism.
and like
Yeah.
a little like change around.
That's nepotism.
Everyone was like crapping on him, and I was like,
was-
I believe in Coach Primetime.
I was working the UW Colorado game last year, and UW
Dang.
just destroyed
yeah.
Colorado.
Yeah.
So to see their turnaround this year,
Yeah,
it's wild.
It's great. It's an
They're a
underdog
huge
story.
solution.
Everyone loves an underdog story,
Oh, yeah.
man. Like
And
Like,
everybody
except for the
hates on
schools,
Dion.
the schools hate on
Yeah.
them, dude. And then they shit on them back, and I'm like, okay.
And one of the other coaches was making fun of
Yeah.
Dion for the sunglasses in his hat.
Yeah, that's
And then
right.
that company had
That's
like
right.
record sales for their sunglasses
Yeah.
that following week.
Yep.
Like what?
It's just making money, man.
Yeah.
There is no bad publicity.
Same with
That's-
the Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift story. That
Oh,
just is
dude.
making money for that team, dude.
Well, didn't you? We were telling me how the Kelsey jerseys are like
They went
like
up
through the
skyrocketed.
100% the week after.
and same with
skyrocketed.
the tickets to the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All the Swifties
They're making the
were
Chiefs
buying
franchise
up the,
more valuable.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they've just won 2 Super Bowls in the last 3 years,
Yeah.
so like they're doing just
Roger
fine.
Goodell had this whole
There's
plan
something I
down.
think I saw on TikTok.
Hey
the
Taylor,
other
I
day.
need some help.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the
part of the script.
Taylor Swift is making the NFL is more valuable right now, as,
Oh,
as
yeah.
if it was like the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
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 Well, and all the
Damn.
women want to watch because they want to see
Yeah.
her on screen now.
Oh my
It's like-
gosh, you see that viral TikTok trend of like, oh my gosh, Taylor Swift put Travis Kelce on the map. Now people are gonna know who he is.
Oh my goodness, he's been
As if he
known.
hasn't
Yeah.
been huge in the last
Right.
like.
He's already dated famous
yeah.
women before, I
His
believe,
brother
right?
plays for the Jets. I mean, they're
No, the Eagles.
Eagles.
The
Yeah, I knew
Eagles.
they were
They have a
great.
podcast too.
Yeah.
The Kelsey brothers.
Oh, actually?
It's
Yeah.
badass.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
Cool.
I'll
Yeah.
listen to
I've
that.
heard a
Yeah.
couple clips. They're pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I love what happened to the Pat McAfee podcast show.
Pat
Like how they
McAfee
started
show.
and ESPN wanted nothing to do. Now he's
Yeah.
on the field and he's just there. He's like part of it.
The
It's
Pat
so
McAfee
cool.
show
Yeah.
is one of my favorite
Oh,
podcasts
yes.
to listen to.
Dude,
I haven't checked that one out. I'll have to
dude,
listen to
watch
it.
it. There's a lot of energy in there. I'll tell
The
you that.
way that
Yeah.
he talks about sports.
He says
Okay.
what's everyone's thinking.
Yes.
That's what I love it.
I like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
yeah.
He says what
Yeah.
the announcers wish they could be saying,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
or the TV
truth.
broadcasters could
The
be saying.
truth.
that.
Yeah.
Oh
Love
yeah,
the
dude.
truth.
And he has some good hit clips from back in his day, so
Yeah.
he's not weak.
Yeah.
He's dropped some fools.
Any,
Yeah,
like,
as-
yeah, any
as a
football player
punter.
from
As
the
a punter.
90s
Yeah.
to early 2000s, those guys were brutal.
Football's
Yeah.
different
Well,
from
it's-
even from when I was a kid growing up playing it. Like, dude, you
It's
can't
soft
hit.
now.
Oh yeah,
I feel like
I mean,
every sport's kind of soft.
changing.
Even in the past like 6 to 8 years, like with the Seahawks had the Legion of Boom. I mean, there was 4 or 5 Seahawks big names like Cam and Cliff that got neck injuries.
Yep.
Ricardo Lockett, that's one of my favorite
Mhm.
players.
Doug Baldwin.
Chancellor's my
Doug Baldwin,
favorite.
Yeah, but they all took serious neck injuries and they instantly retired basically.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Now they're all like advisors for
Yeah, uh-huh.
financial spending or team players or whatever. So they're still making.
Yeah, well, there's a new it's a soul food and sports bar in Bellevue, I believe it. It's called Legion. Richard Sherman and Cam Chancellor just opened it. It's
No
in-
way.
Dude,
shit.
let's go.
Lincoln
That
Square.
was
Company
sick.
dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
Down.
It's called Legion.
It's called Legion.
Yeah.
Let's go,
dope.
dude.
Cam
Have you been there
Chancellor-
yet?
Cam Chancellor.
And you know they have good food there. Like
Oh, yeah.
they're foodies. You know,
Yeah, you're an
you're not
NFL
gonna
player.
you're
like,
not gonna
you're-
deliver bad food if you've had good food.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like.
Cam Chancellor
You'd be
was
surprised.
Like,
No, no,
first
no,
You'd
no.
be
beast.
surprised.
Bro.
Dude.
beast, like
The gavel.
like a
They'd call
hits.
they'd call the flags on him, and they were legal. They were legal
he's like a
hits.
demigod, dude.
He got
That guy
tattoos
was-
for a reason. to show it was legal. His Bam Bams.
He was born of
Oh.
Mount Olympus. Like that
Yeah.
man was
From the beard of Zeus.
Odin's wrath.
Odin's wrath, dude. He is a. I wish
I mean,
he was
like
still playing.
6'4", 230 at like
Yeah.
2% body fat. How?
Just Greek god.
Yeah.
But I remember there was that. It was the first couple minutes of the Super Bowl that we won, and I remember I think it was one of the Denver players came out and basically said that changed the tone of the game.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
Cam just fucking knocked somebody out.
Yeah.
And
Dude,
the
him
moment.
and
You
Doug
hear
Baldwin
that.
would come in, or not Doug Baldwin, 54.
Bobby.
Bobby Wagner.
Bobby.
The way that they hit, dude, they are just coming at you full force. Like, honestly, I'm going limp if I see that coming at me.
Don't breathe in.
Like, I'm Woody off
Fetal
Toy
position.
Story. I'm Woody off Toy Story. I'm just.
I think we would die if we got hit by like a football player.
Did
like
you see
that
that the
big.
Dolphins just did that touchdown celebration?
Oh no.
They did was it the Dolphins? But one NFL team. So there's a new broadcast this year. I think it's a Nickelodeon broadcast.
Oh.
They did a Toy Story broadcast.
on
No
Disney?
way.
And they did the team scored a touchdown, and they did a Toy Story celebration where
they
like
just dropped
Andy
it.
walks into the
Oh,
room,
yeah,
and all the
yeah.
players
Yep.
just
That's
Just drop
That's
awesome.
awesome,
Yeah.
dude.
That is.
think it
Dude,
was
that's
the Dolphins.
genius. You get the
Yeah.
kids set up over there. Got my
Yeah.
game going over here.
But it's super cool because all the players are wearing microchips in their pads.
Oh yeah.
So it's a full-on animated NFL football game.
Whoa.
On
And
Disney.
in the toys, the Toy Story characters are running around on the field.
Oh, what?
What the
It's crazy.
heck?
Look it up. Yeah,
And isn't there announcers with it too?
yeah it's the Toy Story characters.
Yeah, the
No
characters are
way.
announcers. Yeah.
Yeah, and like Slinky is like
Uh-huh.
the sideline, the yard markers.
That's
So
awesome.
it's like, false start, 10-yard penalties. Slinky stretches
Yeah,
out.
dude, that's awesome.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
They're getting the younger generation of football.
Yeah.
That's how it's done.
That's dope though.
Oh yeah, dude.
Dude, yeah.
What would be your biggest piece of advice from, you said you've been in this for 10 years, you know, you said don't give up, but like, you know, something that you went through or an experience for you that's like been a lesson that you've held on to for a long time, like for someone that's getting started or someone that's interested, like what would you tell them right now?
Oh man, don't give up. Just believe in yourself. Like build that confidence early on. Like I knew I was always passionate about it and good at it, and I always had people that told me I was good, but I was always super self-conscious to
Yeah.
put any work out. It's like, oh, nobody's gonna like this. What are people gonna think of it?
Yeah. The self-conscious thing is killer.
Yeah, no, just get out of your own head. Like I very much a traditional overthinker,
Yeah.
and I've had to work on that.
I'm married to one of those, so I try not to do that.
Yeah, but yeah, just believe in yourself and put in the work and the hours and learn something every day. If you can learn one thing a day, or you can set aside an hour a day, if like the biggest excuse is I don't have time. Well, make time.
Yeah. if
Wake
you
up
really
an hour
wanna do
early.
it,
Yeah,
if
stay
you
up an
really
hour
wanna
late.
do it.
Spend that extra hour in Premiere or After Effects, or learn
Mhm.
that skill. Like you can do it. That doesn't mean it's easy.
No.
Yeah.
Well, if it was, everyone would be doing it.
There you go.
One of the craziest things that Jacob Owens ever said, I am always going to reference him. He's
Who?
Jacob Owens.
Who is
I'm
that?
He said, if you stop for a day, the guy you're competing with is still getting better.
Yep.
Yeah, that's great.
And that to me, I was like, whoa.
What if I'm competing with myself?
Well, if you
Just-
stop, we both, yeah,
I'm just giving
then
you
we
shit.
both stop. But that
my
to me is like,
He's not getting better.
I need to continuously be doing something.
Yeah.
Like even if it's just like a tutorial for the day, like
Yeah.
learn something. I've finally learned how to green screen both ways on DaVinci now.
Yeah,
There's
I don't know
multiple
what's up with your
methods.
computer though, dude. Your
Yeah, there's something
computer's
wrong.
But there's
weird.
definitely power in goal setting.
Yes.
And some
Yep.
people struggle with that, but it's like you could talk about for weeks that you want to learn something specific, and
Do it.
you talk about it. If you put it on the calendar, there's so much power in that. For whatever reason, your brain works differently, and oh shit, I got to get this done tonight. Like I told myself,
Mhm.
it's like you're gonna have more confidence in yourself if you complete a task that you said you were gonna do.
Yeah.
So
And going off of that, we've talked about this too. It's like it's not just goal setting, but like the steps to that goal.
The
Like,
pillars.
set it up so that it's tangible. You know,
Yes.
like you actually know the steps
Baby
that you need to
steps, yeah.
take to get to that goal.
When you start logging those, then you remember how you did it last time. And so if you come across it again, you can add to it.
yes, yeah.
And that to me has been super important. That's something we've been doing is like, okay, the first couple years, you know, Jordan and I were flying through these goals because, you know, we were new, we were creative, we were standing out from other people, and we were hitting these goals, but we don't really remember how we got to them. Like, we were just doing what we did. And for me, it was like, okay, this is great, we got there, but it was also kind of a loss because, like, now when we come into those situations again, it's like, wait, how did we do that? Like, I can't remember how we got to that point.
Yeah.
So that's been a huge thing for us.
I
is
think
just,
also
like,
a
logging
little
that.
bit for building. Just do things by the book.
Yeah.
Write things by the book. Mic things by the book.
Yep. Learn the rules.
I'm gonna get that
To
tattooed
break
on
the
me.
rules.
Yeah.
Light things by the book. Mic things by the book.
That's my rule for him is
Yeah.
learn the rules. So when you know when to break them.
And how to break them.
And how to break them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's always an artistic choice. If you break a rule and you don't know why, and I ask you and you can't tell me, then it's like, well,
Start over.
again.
Start over.
Do it the right way or don't make this
Learn the
decision
right
at
way
all.
to do it. You can figure out the shortcuts
Yep.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's something too, is learn the manual way with how much
Yeah. I mean, I
everything is
can
automated
AI,
now.
exactly. Everything's
Well,
AI.
kind of like touching back on what we said earlier is technology's making it easier and easier for people to just do stuff. But if like for whatever reason, you know, your program's not working, like if you know the manual, you can work around it. And it might take a
Yeah.
little bit
Or if
longer,
AI
but you'll still know
glitches
how to
or-
do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't sell yourself short on that side either. Like
No.
that's
Yeah, it
I can
does
see a
glitch
lot of
all the
people
time.
falling.
And you have to
Fundamentals.
figure out how to
like,
remask.
just all around. Fundamentals.
fundamentals.
It's in the word.
It's in the word.
Mentals.
We're office guys as well. We're just quoting the office.
So you work with the Seahawks. You said you just started your LLC.
Yeah.
What do you do aside from that? Like, what do you focus on?
So it's so funny because it's like, do I niche myself out? Do I stay broad? Like, I guess I kind of started by staying broad, and I'm open to a lot of things. But it's like if you niched out on something, you get real fucking good at that one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I've found myself naturally by who I've been surrounded with is doing a lot of real estate and a lot of like mortgage guys. But yeah, it's been fun. But I'm open to everything. I mean, you know, years ago I made like my college final project. I made a Slipknot music video.
Let's
That's
go.
so old school.
Okay, that's sick.
And I wanted,
Duality.
it was for Wait and Bleed. Yeah, it was pretty dark.
I saw Slipknot live.
That's great. I saw him last year at Climate Pledge.
I saw
Heck
them
yeah.
at
So if you had
Enum Club.
a dream niche, would it be real estate? Would it be music videos, live?
Or just sports broadcasting at this
You know, I had it was kind of an opportunity last year. I think, so as a kid, I always said when I was a little kid, I wanted to be a vet, and that faded.
I wanted to be an
Uh,
oceanographer,
Oh,
so
there you
yeah.
go. But then I always said I wanted to be an NFL camera guy. So how cool for me is it to go, holy shit, like
I
In
made
your
it.
hometown,
I fucking
too.
made
Yeah.
it, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
an
there.
NFL camera guy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you are camera
That's
guy 5.
badass.
I'm camera guy
dude.
5.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
camera guy 5. Yeah, I
but
think
yeah.
that's how you should sign the wall as well. You know, Ryan Miller, camera guy 5.
I love it.
Yeah.
Excited.
I think we segue here. Let's get into the nitty gritty.
Well, hold on before
you
we
got more?
segue. Well, just for the people out there, what is your LLC? What do you?
Oh,
what
yeah,
do you
yeah,
call
yeah.
it? So
Plug
people
yourself.
can- yeah.
Plug.
Plug myself. So I got 2 social media channels. They're pretty much the same. R Miller Video, and then my second page is R Miller Video LLC. I decided recently to separate the pages because pretty much my whole adult life I've gone by R Miller Video. And when I started my LLC this year, I was like, I had a whole page of names that I came up with, and it's like people know me by this. And
Yeah.
let's just go with it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got two pages, R Miller Video and R Miller Video LLC. Give me a follow on both of them. Be super grateful.
it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Love it.
Do it.
Do it. Do it.
It's separating the social media for us was huge because
Mhm.
it's like I just don't like putting business stuff on my personal page,
Yeah.
and I also don't like being that active on my personal page.
Yeah, and I had somebody tell me at one point, like, there's value in having it both because there's a personable side to it. But then I
Right.
had somebody else tell me, like, well, if you have people that don't know you and they come to your business's page, they're expecting to see
Business,
high quality video production
not
work.
you on
and-
vacation.
Yeah, and I'm not posting some,
Yeah.
me twerking on Instagram or something.
No,
I mean,
Partying, getting lit in
I can definitely
Mexico.
see both sides because I've
Yeah.
definitely have heard to post your personal side as
Yeah.
well, so people can kind of get your
relate to
vibe.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
be relatable.
this is what you do.
But I can also see the business side. I mean, especially with like the boomer generation where they're
Mhm.
like about business. Like if I'm here for business, I want
Right.
business. I don't
Right.
want I don't care about your 5 kids or whatever.
So it's been like a mental thing. Sometimes it's like switching between the 2 Instagram profiles. If I'm going to comment, like, the business shouldn't be commenting that.
Yeah.
Like Ryan should be commenting that, but
Yeah.
the
But not the
solutions
Not the
do it.
LLC.
Yeah, not the LLC.
That's
For
not
real.
a business comment.
Yeah.
That's a friend comment.
So, but it's funny how your brain shifts like that. It's like
Oh, yeah.
when you have to think about that kind of stuff. It's like, or I'll post at the stadium, hey, it's here at game day, and I can put that on both pages. But you have to think an extra second on, well, what should I post here, or what should I not post?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I think our personals has become more BTS or like us with our gear,
Yeah.
just like photos of it, not necessarily like us just doing our job. It's more of like an update personally than it is like, here's the new project we've been working on.
More of like, this is what I'm doing today
Yeah.
type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like that picture I took with the 2 6Ks. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was like in the woods and I was just like screaming with them, holding them. It's like, that's just what I was doing.
Yeah, dude. Training the body.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mind to body.
Just go to the gym and flex your 6Ks.
Yeah.
Honestly, we should.
Dude.
This will get me some jobs.
Give me something.
But now
some
let's
gums.
segue over to the weirdly side of the
weirdly
podcast,
side.
where we're starting to separate it more on this season, I think.
Yeah. We're doing like the personal and then more of like what we typically talk about.
Meet us
all
on
the time.
our side.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Yes.
I mean, typically first season we talked a lot of like the superhero comics, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, a lot of like that nerdy,
Different genres of films.
a lot of the
and-
nerdy stuff that I think got us into this industry. So we want to ask you, what is your favorite show or movie?
I'll give you both. Favorite movie, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Ooh,
Really?
It's
Ooh,
perfect
that's a good
time
one.
for that one right
Nice.
now, too.
And it's the right time of year.
Tim
Yeah.
Burton.
Yeah.
Is it a Christmas
no,
movie? Is it a Halloween movie?
It's
Is it
yes.
both?
Yes.
Is it a St. Patrick's Day movie?
Is it
'Cause
better
they have
than
the door
James the
there
Giant
too.
Yeah.
Peach?
Is it Easter?
Yeah,
It's
who
all of
knows?
it.
No, I love Tim Burton.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
all of Tim Burton, I think I just love his style.
Absolutely.
Me
I
too.
remember back in high school, I was so obsessed with that movie, and I had like Jack Skellington hoodie and Jack Skellington beanies, and I bought. They were teaching stop motion in one of our video production classes, and I went on eBay and I found a Jack Skellington character that had like 20 different heads.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my.
So I would animate Jack, and
Yeah.
I was so fascinated
Oh,
by it.
that's sick.
Yeah, it was so
Have you ever
cool.
done any stop motion?
The last time I did it was probably high school, but I did a bunch of
It's
it
so
for
hard.
fun.
It's
back
so
then.
tedious.
Oh yeah,
So tedious.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've done one stop motion thing for a training, and it was like click, move stuff,
Uh-huh.
click, moves. It took me,
Sewer
like,
video.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, the sewer video.
Yeah.
I was actually just at I call it the EMP still, but it's called Mopop now.
Oh,
in
that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Seattle, and they had the Coraline set.
No way.
Oh,
okay.
that's sick.
Yeah, and so you got to see all the characters and their sets.
I would love
It
to
was
see that.
super
actually.
cool.
They're
Was it
kind of
huge?
big. They're
Were they
like,
big?
They're
Yeah, it's like one of their sets was, I don't know, it's probably like this tall.
Yeah.
Like one of the examples is like a room, and you had all the characters and all the moving
That's
parts.
crazy.
And they
Have
had
you seen the
they-
time lapse of them doing that stuff?
Yeah, it's wild.
Where they're just sitting like and just flying
A
and you just
whole
see the
day
camera
for
move.
like a 10-second,
Yeah.
a
A movie takes
Well,
an
I mean,
actual
Millions
year.
of dollars.
Yeah.
But it's crazy to think like when that movie came out in the early 90s. I mean, that was 30 years ago.
Next level too.
Yeah, and the fact that they can re-release it in 4K. So like back then it was shot, much higher than what was being released back then. So it's super cool, like all the remastered versions.
Tim Burton's a beautiful
It's
auteur.
genius.
Genius, man.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't love Batman? He put him in Jordans. Come on.
He
put him in Jordans. Unbeatable. Jordan 11s. Let's go.
Awesome.
Batman's out
I'm gonna have
there
to get me a pair of those for
dunking.
Halloween.
Dude, they're like high top boots, and they basically took a Jordan and just like added a shin to
Extended.
it.
Oh,
Yeah. You should look it up.
Really?
Michael Keaton's shoes were Jordan 11s in Tim Burton's movie.
Okay.
Yeah. Sick choice.
That's awesome.
So dope. Yeah. I'll love
And
it.
you said you were a metalhead. Yeah.
There we
So who's
go.
your favorite band, artist?
Oh man, so my teenage years, I was an angsty teenager. My
Weren't we all?
parents going through a divorce and stuff like that. But yeah, I went through a total metal phase. My stepbrother got me turned on to heavy metal, and when I got into my 20s, I kind of got away from it, but I kind of like found my way back in. Like literally, there was a couple summers ago, I literally went to see Morgan Wallen and Slipknot in the same week.
Oh,
There you go.
Yeah, the full spectrum.
Damn.
Full spectrum.
Diversity.
So yeah, but no, I just went to Avenged Sevenfold at Tacoma Dome. That was super dope, and it's like I haven't seen them in like 10 years. I think I saw them at the Gorge.
How
in
old are they now?
2013.
Gotta
Oh,
be
that's
50s?
a great fucking venue
They-
to see just anyone.
The Gorge anywhere.
The Gorge,
Amazing.
beautiful.
It's one of the top 2 venues in the country.
Yeah,
It's
They're
so-
in Red Rocks.
I can.
It's
yeah.
so
Uh-huh.
funny
Oh,
because
dude, Red
everybody that
Rocks,
I meet at
yes.
the Gorge, their bucket list is to go to Red Rocks, and then vice versa. Everybody from Red Rocks wants to come to the
I've
Gorge.
been
Gorge,
wanting
yeah.
to go to a Red
Red
Rocks
Rocks
show.
is
Whoever
Yeah, I
it
want to go to
is.
Red
I
Rocks.
would love.
I've
to
heard
go to
that
Red Rocks.
the stairs are killer
Yeah, dude.
It's
at
like
Red Rocks. It's
the
like
cool thing is the seats are built into the rock.
Yeah, there's no
That's
chairs.
dope.
It's just like seats.
no, but yeah, I've heard that if you like you're running up, like if you just trip, your shins
done.
are fucked.
Oh yeah. Well, you're
Sounds
also
like a
a
good
mile
time.
higher in Colorado, so like if you're not from there,
Oh,
even
yeah.
moving
Yeah.
is
Didn't
just
think
like,
about
like I've been there 3 or 4 times, and I went down with some of my family friends who were D1 soccer players, and they're like, "Hey, you want to come train with me?" And I was like, I was in decent shape, so I was
You're
like, "Yeah,
dying out
let's
there.
go." Like I was running a lot in college and all this, and so I went down there with them, and I made it 2 flights, and I was like, "Yeah, boys, I'll see you at the bar." Like I'm done. I am done.
That's funny. That reminds me actually of my first day at the stadium with the Seahawks, and over in the Hawks Nest, there's no elevator. And at the time, we had a camera position that was at the top of the Hawks
Oh
Nest.
my gosh.
Right now, it's only used for coaches cam. But basically, we had all these cases of gear, and you're building a broadcast size camera, and the lens
Yeah.
is 3-4 feet, right? And I remember that we needed to walk up the Hawks Nest, and there's probably 100 stairs.
Oh my gosh.
And,
yeah, it's 10, 15 flights.
Yeah, one of the other guys hands me the lens, and he's like, "Okay, carry it up." There's a $100,000 lens
On your shoulder.
on my shoulder,
my
and like, "Don't trip." Like,
Don't-
what?
Is
Don't
there
trip.
a case for this? Like,
Yeah,
All right, don't fuck up.
yeah.
You're
You're
like,
just making trips up and down, and you're huffing and puffing.
Jeez.
Yeah, no, that's the most
Oh.
nerve-wracking thing is, but we don't have that camera up there anymore. They moved it to camera 4.
Oh,
There we go.
the other guy.
The other guy.
The other guy.
But,
Who cares about
but yeah, no,
The
that was
other
always
camera guy.
super nerve-wracking. But it was always a good workout. So
Yeah, that's a crazy workout. Climbing to the nest.
That'd be
So,
ridiculous.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
favorite superhero / villain. Can be either or if you like
The
villains.
San
more.
Francisco 49ers.
No, bro, it's the Green Power Ranger.
That's your favorite superhero?
All right, but he's
Yeah.
also a hero. He
Yeah.
changes.
He did. He started as a bad
Tommy.
guy. Tommy
You
Oliver.
know, he just
Ooh.
passed away. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in
After
peace.
they did the last movie.
Yeah, so he
No
did. I don't know if
way.
you heard about it, but there's a
The White Legend of the White Dragon.
Legend of the White
Yeah.
Dragon. Yeah,
has yet to be released. I've been monitoring that for
I-
like 2 years.
dude.
Yeah.
Bro.
Since he passed away,
It's
because I
coming.
didn't know that was like happening, but like I grew up with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Secretly
dude,
like a Power
Tommy
Rangers
Oliver-
junkie.
Dude.
Okay, favorite Power Rangers. If it's not
Favorite?
Turbo, you're wrong.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm a sucker for In Space.
Oh, okay. No, that's a great
In
one.
Space is
Not
pretty dope.
Galaxy.
No, but
The
it goes
space.
from it went from Turbo to In Space.
Yeah, it went
It
from
was-
the
it
3.
was-
There was 3 Mighty Morphins. Then there was Zeo. Then there was Turbo. Then there was
Zeo, yeah.
Space.
What was the cops one?
SPD.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, dude, I'm a huge power. And like
Yeah.
honestly, okay, so for me it was Turbo. I think then it was a tie between In Space or Wild Force. If
Wild
you ever
Force was
watch
good,
Wild Force,
yeah.
that was dude.
I was super bummed because in a teen got
also
like
Time
my-
Force was like a good,
Yeah, it's
a good
good.
one. Yeah.
But yeah, when I was a preteen teenager, you start to grow out of it, or people make fun of you for watching that shit. But
Dude, I had Zords up until I
yeah,
wasn't like
I
in
still have
fucking
them all. I got display cases with all my Zords,
Dude.
bro.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
Megazorgs were the
No,
shit.
I remember like me and
Remember
my
it came
brother were
apart?
huge into it when
Yeah.
SPD was a big thing. He had like the command center that turned into like the
Was,
big.
was SPD the one with the? Which one was the one with the train?
Oh,
Is that Time
dude.
Force?
It was Time Force.
Time Force?
Yeah.
It's a Back to the Future reference.
Yeah, well,
throw
like-
the train in.
No, yeah, okay, that's
But no,
that's
back in the
awesome.
first like handful of seasons, it was, the life-size miniaturized scale for the Megazord fights, right?
Yeah.
But now they use shitty animations. I'm like, no, you have a guy in a suit with
Yeah.
a city that's
Seriously.
all blown up.
Dude.
And fighting the other guy in the rubber villain
Yeah.
suit. Yeah. Like there's
Yeah.
stuff's
Like
all
I always
bouncing and
loved
stuff.
that. But now it's just some crappy, like cheap.
Dude, my favorite part was whenever an explosion would happen and you could see them jump. You could see them like jump and like
Yeah.
fall.
Yeah.
Oh, that's freaking awesome, dude.
No, that
But yeah,
was-
Tommy Oliver, yeah, that's a great villain because he whooped their ass for like 3 episodes.
Oh yeah.
for
One ranger.
Dude, one ranger was whooping all of their ass for 3
yeah.
episodes until they were like, "No, you're being brainwashed," and then they like unbrainwashed him, and,
So I'll back to
and then
normal.
somehow he wasn't that strong anymore. What the fuck, dude?
But no, I'm super
Well,
stoked for
the dark side.
the Legend of the White Dragon to come out.
Dude, I'm excited for
That's
that.
Tommy's last film. But yeah, shout out to suicide awareness, because that's a pretty big deal these
Yeah.
days, and you know,
Yeah, regardless
Reach
of
out.
where you're at, man.
Reach out.
Regardless.
Reach out whether you're going through shit or like whether you're not going through shit,
Or
and
just check
just
in.
check on your friends. I think
and I think
it's important to do that.
we all struggle with mental health, and I lost my stepbrother this last year to suicide. So
Ugh.
it's
I'm sorry, man.
Condolences, man.
thanks.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's hard. You see a lot of these famous people that are taking their lives. You get Chester Bennington,
Chester,
Yeah,
dude.
you get
yeah.
Tommy,
Park.
and it's like
And
you-
I grew up with Lincoln Park too, so that was
yeah. So it's like you see these
Robin
people.
Williams. too.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
these people that you think that they have it all. They're
Yeah.
famous. You know, Tommy, I mean, I went to Comic-Cons and I met him, and, you know, I got autographs and stuff, but it's like they're living their best life, or what seems to be the Instagram, you know, your
Mhm.
highlight reel.
yeah, like a little persona that they kind
Yeah.
of put out
Social
to
media
the
life.
people.
But it's hard because people like Jason David Frank and Chester, it's like you got a beautiful family, and, you know, you probably got a lot of money, which, you know, it doesn't matter, but it's like,
Something's
it
missing.
seems like you got your life together, right? But then obviously behind the scenes you're still
Yeah.
struggling. So
Yeah. Always ask.
always
Check in.
Always check
Yeah.
in.
But yeah, Green Power Ranger all the way.
Yes,
I love
sir.
it.
Yes,
I
sir.
love it. You know, it's we interviewed the guy yesterday, and I was like, I bet I can guess your movies. I would have guessed Green Power Ranger or Nightmare Before Christmas.
No?
Nope.
Those are probably the most obscure at this point. But I like
think
it.
so,
It's
yeah.
unique.
Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, Tommy had plenty of Power Rangers because he was green.
Well,
he was white.
green. He was
He was
white.
Red
he was
Zeo.
red.
Red Turbo.
He was black.
And he was black in Dino
Yeah.
Thunder.
Yeah, Dino Thunder was.
Dino Thunder.
Dino Thunder
That
was
was
so good
because he
too.
was Professor Tommy
remember that
Oliver.
one.
Yes.
That was.
And then the
training
White
at
Ranger in
point.
that one was also dope too.
Yeah.
What was his name?
He was like a villain White Ranger.
He was
though.
a villain at first, and then
Yeah.
got turned back, and he was like the villain's son.
I don't remember what his name was, but yeah, that was dope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Power Rangers.
it's gonna bug me for a sec, dude.
It'll come back.
It'll
to you.
come back. It'll come back.
Home Depot has a 20-foot Jack Skellington.
I saw that the other day.
It's like
I want it so bad.
$400.
Yeah, it's like
but
$400.
Just
I
wait
was
till
like-
it's on clearance.
probably
Yeah.
a big fan would buy that. Me and everyone.
Yeah, we were walking past it, and I was like, damn, that's big. You got to be a big fan.
I was like,
Yeah.
damn.
It's giant.
No, it's funny. Every year when I go to the Gorge and I go to like Watershed Festival, it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
country music festival, but they always have these banners that are like 60, 70 feet banners. And as soon as the evening's over, I was like, cut it off and take it home. Like, what do they do with these?
Oh no,
Yeah.
dude, I would do that all the time. Whenever I'd go to like shows, like at the Tacoma Dome or like WAMU, like
Yeah?
if there's posters, I would just take them.
No shit.
Well, it's like, dude,
I
this
would
is
start
dope.
doing
I'm gonna take
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't need them
No, yeah,
after
you just
that.
roll it. You roll it up. I mean, I would always like have like a backpack or.
I mean, this
something,
thing's like
so
the
you
size
just,
of
like,
that wall, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
just
easy.
toss it under somewhere like in the
It's a
bleachers.
blanket. Just wear it like you were.
No, like if you hide it like in the bleachers somewhere, like a lot of the times, like you
Yeah.
come back and it's there. Like I've done that so many times.
Okay.
I used to just take posters off the bar when, I mean, this is not something I recommend
Okay.
doing.
We don't condone.
I want this
stealing
neon
from the
sign.
bar.
Not a
I'm gonna put it in
neon
my
sign.
pants. You don't see anything.
But like, we would downtown Seattle, you got to a bar and it's like, oh, I love this band. Like, where'd you get this poster? And then it's like,
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
I'm calling the cops on you,
hey,
man.
do it. Do
I'm
it.
telling
no
Nick.
proof.
I am telling.
All right,
Tell
Ryan.
me.
Jedi or Sith?
You can be gray.
You can be
as
in
well.
between.
No, like I feel like Star Wars kind of lost me. I think when Disney bought it. Like I
Okay,
know,
yeah,
like-
same with us though.
It
Like,
lost us for those
besides
three, but now
Ahsoka.
we're back.
But it's like I got friends that are Star Wars nerds and they love like the Mandalorian, and it's like I think it just kind of, I don't know that it devalues it, but it just kind of
They're heading
muddies
into
it.
a better state.
They
after
for a while they
different,
deviated from
better
what Star
way now.
Wars was.
Yes.
in
Because
my
I
opinion.
I grew up with 3, 4, and 5,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and or excuse me, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, 4, 5, and 6.
The original trilogy.
The original, yeah, and then 1, 2, and 3 came out, and those were great. Love them,
Amazing.
Anakin and Darth Maul.
It's
Yes,
working.
Darth
Yeah.
Maul.
I like a double-sided lightsaber. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
I still have one.
I love Maul.
Yeah.
Jedis can't have double-sided.
Nope.
That's why it's like
Can't.
I would take a green double-sided
Kyle Kestis.
lightsaber.
He's
That would
not a
be
Jedi.
sick,
Jedi.
actually.
Okay, I guess
He's
that was
a wild
after Order,
trained.
Yeah.
So he can't.
Maybe
Is
one
it,
of them.
is it
he wants.
against the rules?
Yeah, it's too flashy. It's a weapon.
Could you
of
imagine
protection, not
double-sided
of
purple
attack.
Mace Windu?
Really?
Bro, I could never be a Jedi.
I'll be Yoda. I'll be the wise.
The green.
Yeah.
I like that.
Ryan the Wise.
Yes, it's right the ways.
And if you could have any colored lightsaber, what would it be?
I think green.
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 Oh, yeah.
but more of like the
Knowledge.
lime green.
Yeah. Lime green.
Yes.
Lime
Yes.
green.
Seahawks, the Hawks green.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, green represents more of a wise,
Wise.
force-using Jedi. So
Qui-Gon Jinn.
yeah.
Yeah. No, it's
And
funny.
Yoda.
Kate
Qui-Gon
Fisto.
Zinn.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon Zinn. Meet you at the synagogue, man.
We have a buddy that he always has
He's a
Zins.
Zinner.
Yeah.
He's a Zinner. Yeah,
He's
Lord
Kendrick
forgive
Lamar
me for
over
my
there.
Zins.
Yeah.
But he always has some sort of pun for like when he's
Oprah
about to-
Zinfree.
He
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
loves
Monica
the actress
Lewinsky.
Zendaya.
Zinner for the winners.
Zendaya, Qui-Gon
Zendaya.
Zinn, the Synagogue.
We've all heard him a million times, but we'll be in
Leonard
a new group
Zinner.
of people, and then he'll say him, and everyone's like, "Dude, how do you know all these?"
Like,
It's
don't worry, we've heard
"Oh."
it before.
He's been writing these for years.
Yeah. Ever since he could first bite you.
Ever since he could eat, he always had his in his
No,
mouth.
yeah.
Just in it. No, I remember this 2 years ago. I was at Watershed. You know, and it's a 4-day like drinking fest.
Oh, yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just at the gorge. You're enjoying country music, and you're drinking beer, and you're on the river. And I remember, a buddy of mine, he was zinning up, and I'd never had a zin before. And he's like, "Oh, I have one."
Oh,
They
man.
fuck
Dude.
you up.
Bro,
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
5 minutes. My head was spinning, and I'm like,
So
Yeah.
what I learned to do is put it in your front front teeth. That way it's not like, because it's where the least amount of saliva gets to, right? So like you're not
You know,
swallowing.
I
it.
thought that's where you
direct
get nicked the
injection.
most. That's why I throw it up there.
That's what I
No, I
This
think
one doesn't
that's-
hit as
you
hard
get-
for me. I throw it up here. I'm like,
No, I feel like if
zing.
you put it to the sides, like more
Oh, dude.
saliva, and you're
You
like
get nick sick,
swallowing
yeah.
it, and yeah, you get nick sick. The first time I had a Zin, my buddy, also a fucking idiot, like I'm fucked up, like almost blackout drunk, and he's like, "Here, bro, have a Zin." Like, dude,
This'll
I
help.
accidentally swallow it because I'm just so drunk. Yeah, dude, I accidentally swallow this and
Gutted it.
like projectiling that night, dude. It was
oh,
bad.
That's what they call a direct line.
oh my god.
Awesome. Well, we're there.
we were there.
Yes, sir.
Ryan, this was a great show. Thank you.
Big
for coming
pleasure.
on.
Thanks for coming out, man.
for
Any
Yeah.
closing statements?
be you, be random, be weird.
Yep.
Just do you, man.
Be weird.
As always,
Love it.
everyone, stay,
Stay
weird.
Stay weird. Keep
Weirdly
filming.
autistic.
Weirdly artistic. Weirdly artistic.
Damn, that's weird.